Imagine standing at the edge of a Belgian forest, just as the sun begins to die behind the trees, the light thinning into long, crooked shadows that stretch across the ground like fingers trying to pull you in. Because this is the exact place where something happened that still refuses to be explained. A place locals avoid, even in daylight. A place where people don't just get lost. They vanish without a single trace, no footprints, no screams, no evidence, only silence. And tonight, you're about to hear the full story of the Belgian forest mystery. A case so disturbing that investigators eventually stopped searching, not because they solved it, but because the forest itself seemed to push them away. It all began when a small group of hikers entered the Ardennes forest one calm afternoon. Experienced people, locals who knew the paths, the weather, the land. They weren't reckless teenagers chasing thrills. They were adults who had walked these trails dozens of times before. And that's what makes what happened next so terrifying. Because just a few hours later, when only one of them stumbled out of the forest alone, pale, shaking, unable to explain where the others had gone, authorities assumed panic, shock, confusion. But as the days passed and search teams flooded the area, dogs losing scent within minutes, drones finding nothing but endless trees, it became clear that this wasn't a normal disappearance. Witnesses from nearby villages began reporting strange details that didn't make sense. Lights moving between trees late at night, sounds like footsteps circling houses, whispers carried by the wind that didn't belong to any language they recognized. And the survivor, the only person to come back, refused to speak publicly. But in a leaked statement later discovered, he described how the forest suddenly went quiet, unnaturally quiet. No birds, no insects, no wind, just an oppressive stillness that made his ears ring. He said the path they were walking on began to look wrong. Trees bending at impossible angles, shadows stretching in directions that didn't match the fading sun. And then one by one, without warning, his friends were simply no longer beside him. No sound, no struggle, just absence, like someone had erased them from the scene. And when he turned around, the trail behind him was gone too, replaced by dense forest he had never seen before. At this point, if you're feeling that slow creeping discomfort, that sense that something is watching, even though you know you're alone, then you're exactly where this story wants you. And if you enjoy diving into mysteries like this, stories that don't rely on cheap jump scares, but crawl into your head and stay there, this is the moment to hit like and subscribe to Creepy Vanish. Because these are the kinds of disappearances we uncover every week. And your support helps this channel grow deeper into the darkness. Back in Belgium, the official search lasted weeks, then months, and quietly ended. Not because the forest was fully searched, but because teams reported equipment failures, compasses spinning, radios cutting out, experienced trackers getting disoriented within minutes. Some even refusing to re-enter after claiming they felt something moving just out of sight, following them, never attacking, just observing. Local folklore resurfaced during the investigation. Old stories about the forest being older than memory, about paths that appear only once, about travelers who step into the wrong place at the wrong time and are taken by something that docent to leave bodies behind. Skeptics dismissed these tales until a disturbing pattern emerged. Historical records showed similar vanishings going back centuries. Always the same forest, always no trace, no remains, no explanation, just names added to a growing list of the missing. And perhaps the most chilling detail is this: years after the incident, a hiker claimed to find a phone deep in the forest, perfectly intact, still powered on, no signal, no cracks, and when authorities checked it, they discovered photos taken after the hikers were officially declared missing, blurry images of trees taken from strange angles. And one final video clip that lasts only 6 seconds, showing darkness, heavy breathing, and a whisper that sounds almost human saying a single sentence. "It sees you too." No one could identify the voice, and no further data existed on the device, as if time itself had stopped for it. Today, the Belgian forest remains open to the public, but locals still avoid certain trails, warning visitors not to wander, not to follow unfamiliar paths, and never to walk alone near sunset, because whatever took those hikers may not be gone. It may still be there, waiting for someone else to step just a little too far off the trail. And as you sit there listening, maybe in a dark room, maybe with headphones on, ask yourself this: if people can disappear without leaving a single trace, without a struggle, without a sound, what does that say about how safe we really are? And if forests can remember, can watch, can choose, then how many vanishings have never even been reported? How many stories ended without witnesses? If this mystery kept you watching until the very end, let us know in the comments what you think really happened in the Belgian forest. Was it something natural, something human, or something far older and darker? And don't forget to subscribe to Creepy Vanish, because the next disappearance might be even closer to home than you think.